Yesterday I took the train down to Newcastle for the day where we had the kick-off meeting and planning session for a very exciting new pan-UK study called Open IBD. This is a project where we are going to look at newly diagnosed individuals with Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis and follow them over a couple of years to try and understand what molecular patterns are associated with different disease behaviours and drug responses over time. Importantly, in this state-of-the-art project, we will be recruiting people before they have their first endoscopy. And to do this, we aim to recruit 2,000 individuals at high risk of inflammatory bowel disease. And of them, we anticipate 1,000 ultimately getting Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis as their primary diagnosis. That means that at that index endoscopy, we will be able to get biopsies for standard analysis in the pathology lab, but also more importantly for transcriptomic analysis, metabolomic microbiome analysis, and most critically for single cell sequence analysis, which will allow us to get the most granular data to date of what's happening. And then we will follow these individuals every 3 months with blood sampling for the first year, and then every 6 months for the second year. And at the end of year 1, everybody will have a colonoscopy again so that we can assess how the disease has progressed, whether or not it has responded to treatment, how things are going, and then we follow everyone over time. And this will allow us to understand, really importantly, what happens early on in the disease, what causes it to develop in the first place, what contributes to some people having an aggressive versus a more quiescent disease, some people to respond to therapy, others to not. And ultimately, I hope this will do is get us much closer to highly effective early therapies for the majority of people to develop targeted therapies that are effective with minimal side effects and last for the long term. So we can get closer to those goals I was talking about last week of really deep remission with stable therapy. This may include drug therapy and dietary therapy and a microbial strategy, and then we can take things forwards from there. So much more to come about the Open IBD project, but I just wanted to hop on to give you a snippet of what's going on. We will be aiming to start the funding of the project in August this year, but it will be the end of this year, perhaps January 2025, when the first patients will be recruited. And that will be in Edinburgh, in Newcastle, in Cambridge, in Exeter, and in a number of sites across London. Projects led by Chris Lamb in Newcastle and Carl Anson at the Sanger. Watch this space for much more. This is an open target supported project with the Sanger Institute very firmly involved.